All right, let's dive in. Today, we're going to tackle a topic that is no joke, the lifeblood of pretty much every business out there. We're talking about accounting. But this isn't going to be some dry, boring lecture. We're going to look at what it is, why it matters, and how it's being totally transformed by technology. You've probably heard this quote before, right? Accounting is the language of business. And it is absolutely spot on. Think about it. It's not just about crunching numbers, it's the way a company tells its story, what's working, what isn't, and where it's headed. So, what is accounting at its core? Well, it's the system for taking all that messy, chaotic financial information and turning it into something clean and clear. It's this clarity that lets businesses and even individuals make smart, informed decisions. Without it, you're pretty much just flying blind. Okay, so now that we've got the basic idea down, let's really dig into what accounting does. It's not just one thing, it's actually a whole bunch of critical jobs that keep a business healthy and on track. Look at all these pieces. It all starts with financial reporting, which is basically creating those official reports for people outside the company, like investors. Then, that info helps with the internal stuff, like planning and budgeting. From there, you've got cost analysis. You gotta know how much your stuff costs to make a profit, right? And of course, tax compliance, super important for staying on the right side of the law. And finally, all this data feeds into risk management, helping a company see trouble coming before it hits. Now, for the longest time, all of this, every single one of those jobs, was done by hand, with paper and pencils. But then came the digital revolution, and well, everything changed. Let's see just how much. I mean, this slide says it all, doesn't it? It's like night and day. On one side, you've got the old way, endless manual work, super time-consuming, and let's be honest, full of human error. That leads to slow decisions based on old data. And on the other side, we've got automated software, instant access to info, incredible accuracy, and decisions driven by real-time data. It's a complete game changer. So what's actually powering this revolution? It's a whole toolbox of amazing tech. You have your core accounting software, like Udo or QuickBooks, doing the heavy lifting. Then you've got AI jumping in as a sort of financial detective, spotting fraud or making forecasts. The cloud means you can get to your data from anywhere, anytime. Big data helps you see patterns you'd never spot otherwise. And then you have even newer stuff, like blockchain for ultra-secure transactions and RPA bots that just handle all the boring, repetitive tasks for you. So with all this incredible new technology, you'd have to assume there are some major upsides, right? Well, you'd be correct. The impact has been absolutely huge. Let's just focus on the three biggest wins. First, efficiency. It just skyrockets. When you automate all the grunt work, things get done way faster. Second, accuracy gets a massive boost. Computers just don't make the same silly mistakes that tired humans do. And third, while there's an upfront cost, over time businesses save a ton of money. But, it's not all a walk in the park. With all this great new power comes a whole new set of responsibilities and, some pretty big challenges to figure out. You can see here that every opportunity has a flip side. Having instant access to all your data is amazing, but it also means you need rock-solid cybersecurity to protect it. That powerful new software, it can have a really high price tag and be tricky to set up. And all those advanced features are useless if your team isn't constantly trained on how to use them. It's the balancing act, for sure. So, this brings us to the big question. What does all this mean for accountants? The actual people. Are their jobs just going to disappear? The answer is not at all. But their role is definitely changing, and in a really big way. This right here is the key takeaway. Technology isn't replacing the accountant. It's promoting them. All the tedious data entry stuff, that's automated now. This frees up accountants to focus on what humans do best, thinking strategically, analyzing what the data actually means, and giving valuable advice. They're becoming less of a number cruncher and more of a financial guide. So what skills does the accountant of tomorrow need? Well, you absolutely have to be comfortable with technology. You need to be great at data analysis, at finding the story in the numbers. Strategic thinking is huge, and because tech is always changing, you have to be a lifelong learner. But through it all, those core values of accuracy and transparency, they're more important than ever. So that leaves us with this final, really interesting thought to chew on. With technology doing all the heavy lifting with the numbers, is the accountant of the future actually a data scientist? As the lines get blurrier, it's a real possibility. It's an exciting and honestly revolutionary time for the language of business. Thanks for tuning in.